fucking dog, I swear to God.
Yo, what is up, folks? It's Jay the Great here once again, and we are back with another tier list. Me and John are back, and today we are doing our Naruto Jutsu tier list. Just to make it straight, we are doing our opinions because if we were to do from weakest to strongest, it'd be absolutely a fucking mess because there are many versions of each respective jutsu, and it would be fucking weird to try and literally rank
Yeah.
every single one. There's tons of variations of each one, and it would be kind of pointless to be honest. So we're gonna give our opinions on each one. Again, highest donations will dictate where rankings go once again, and let us begin because there are a ton of these motherfuckers. So
A
number
lot.
one, yeah, there's a ton. Number one, the generic ass transformation jutsu, one that even I believe the most basic of shinobi could use. It's pretty basic, and it's quite useless. Not really used, so I think D is fair enough. I am gonna create an F tier
Yeah.
for like the trash, because there probably are gonna be a few of those. Let's see here.
There's definitely gonna be a few. Well, we'll
Yeah,
see. We'll see.
yeah, for sure. So that's trash. All right, so let us continue. The next one, the sexy transformation jutsu. All right, this one, guys, keep in mind, defeated Kaguya Otsutsuki, or was a key role in defeating Kaguya Otsutsuki, the final villain in Naruto. It made Pervy Sage.
Would have thought.
Yeah, who would have thought that would have affected her? It made Pervy Sage weak, Hiruzen weak. I mean, shit, you could argue this is a fucking star level plus jutsu if you want to be very specific and pedantic. So I think it's safe to say it's a fucking S tier jutsu. I think it's safe to say that. All right, so there's that one. This one, I mean, come on, the Shadow Clone Jutsu, extremely iconic. I mean, what else is there to say about it? It literally allows Naruto to learn things in like a fraction of the time. Now, as an adult,
Yeah.
he can make 5,000 shadow clones that are apparently almost as strong as himself. So imagine what kind of damage he could do if he ever turned evil. Well, what do you
And
when
if
you?
I'm not mistaken, isn't that jutsu like wasn't it like banned?
Yeah, I think it was that at the very beginning of Naruto, Naruto found it on like a hidden scroll and learned how to do it.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and then he mastered it right away when his sensei was getting his ass whooped. So it's definitely S. I mean, he learned the Rasen Shuriken because of it. He learned Sage Mode quicker because of it. I mean, basically every stage of his evolution, we can thank Shadow
Oh
Clone
yeah, that's
Jutsu.
right. He
Yeah,
was sort of able to master Sage Mode using
yeah. And if it weren't
the
for
other shadow
Shadow
clones.
Clones, he would have ran out of Sage Mode and not. He wouldn't have been able to do as good against Pain as he did, because he had like a couple clones in the Frog Realm or whatever whatever the mountains were called where the
Oh
frogs
yeah,
were. So this shit is goaded
it's
for
pretty
sure.
impressive if you ask me.
Yeah, it's very
Pretty
impressive.
impressive.
And these two, I mean, it's safe to say, unless someone donates that these are ass, they definitely are S tier. Most definitely. Let's continue on.
I think anyone's would disagree with that.
Yeah. Thousand Years
We'll
of
see.
Death. Okay. I'm going to
That's an
say,
A tier.
yeah, it's more of a gag reel ability, but it was funny and it's cool, so I think it's A or B just because of the gag effect. It's not really powerful. It's more of a, like I said, a gag reel type of thing, but I would
We
say
like
A.
entertainment too, so
Yeah.
we enjoy some entertainment and comedy.
Thousand Years of
So
Death
it's definitely gotta be
deserves
like an A or B.
Thousand Years of Death deserves his own tier. Well, with the right financial incentive, maybe. All right, so next up, the substitution jutsu. So again, this is a generic one. Basically, everyone knows how to do this.
Eh,
Would it be
I'll
D
give it a
also?
C.
Maybe a little more.
Uh,
Maybe it's a little bit more useful than a transformation, huh?
yeah, because
Mm,
we see a lot of people throw.
substitution
So
jutsu.
you get attacked a lot more. So it
Yeah,
really does come in handy.
it does come in pretty handy. It's a useful ability. Uh, yeah. So C is good for now. All right, so fireball jutsu, right? This is like the
Mm,
Uchiha's unique. A lot of Uchihas can do this. I thought it was pretty cool early on. If we're just
I'll
talking
give
about
it
the,
a.
this is like the basic
Mm,
fireball jutsu. I thought it was pretty cool.
yeah.
I didn't think it was spectacular. Hmm, maybe a B for now,
I'm debating either B or C, to be honest.
because it's definitely quite a bit cooler than the substitution jutsu.
Yeah, no, definitely. You know what? Like, I'll give it a B just because it is
Yeah,
cooler than the
yeah.
substitution.
But now thinking about
So
someone,
yeah, I'll put it B.
someone brought up about the substitution jutsu. There is a lot of variations of it. There's some ones that are like Itachi substitution jutsu, but then again, that could be genjutsu, so I'm not gonna get complicated. I'll just leave it at
Yeah.
C. All right, so next up, the Sharingan. This is the basic one, the one that Kakashi introduced in part one.
Oh
Pretty fucking cool. Maybe like an A. I thought it was pretty fucking cool.
yeah.
Yeah, pretty
I'll
cool. It's
buy A
definitely
or B
cooler than Thousand
because
Years of Death.
it is a generic.
That is true.
It's generic.
It is generic.
Kakashi, just because I don't think he. I don't know.
Yeah, this was like a basic
No
Sharingan.
wait, he used his basic one,
And if we want to take it for
but
just his specific own, he was able
yeah.
to copy. We really don't see that again. People copying jutsus like he did at the very beginning.
Oh
It was
yeah,
like
yeah,
a, it's
yeah.
like a
You know
one-time
what? Yeah, that's
thing.
right.
Yeah.
He did copy it. He did copy it.
Yeah.
He
So I would
used it.
say
Yeah,
probably A.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, A for sure.
So
You
next,
know, now that you mention that,
yeah. Next
yeah, it's an
up,
A.
this is Zabuza's water prison jutsu. Oh no, this is a hit and miss jutsu. Sorry, this is the hit and miss jutsu. It's pretty basic. It's more of a evading tactic kind of jutsu. It's whatever to me. I mean, could be low B, high C.
Oh,
Mm,
a high C.
yeah, I don't think it's cool enough to be up here. Yeah, I think a C.
Because it's more of an evasive tactic more than a
Yeah,
actual combat tactic.
yeah, I think so too.
But
All right, so next up, this is the water prison jutsu here. So, pretty cool. I think it deserves to be a B. I thought it was pretty cool. It did keep Kakashi imprisoned until Naruto and Sasuke came up with a strategy to beat him. So, is it cooler than the fireball? Yes, aesthetically, no. It is more effective. I mean, at least compared to Sasuke's
it
version.
did trap Kakashi though,
Yeah,
like you said.
it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. I would say it probably belongs here. All right.
That's
Next up,
fair. That's
yeah,
fair.
it's B. It's definitely B at least. Next up, the water dragon jutsu. I felt like this became kind of basic. It wasn't very used very many times. It does look cool.
I'll give it a D.
It's a dragon. Mm, it is useless. So in that aspect, it is a D. Aesthetically, it's like a C. I'll put a high D. High D. It's cooler than this.
Yeah, that's a D because we never saw it again.
Yeah, it's kind of useless. All right. Let's see. Next up, we have Giant Vortex Jutsu. This is another Zabuza Jutsu. Again, another generic water style jutsu. I think it's a little cooler than the Water Dragon, personally. Maybe like a C.
Uh,
I don't know.
like a low C for sure though.
Yeah.
Low C.
Yeah, it's alright. Alright, so next one is really cool. The Crystal Ice Mirrors by Haku. I thought this was really fucking cool, to be honest.
I'll put that as a
It's like damn
B.
near. Yeah, this is like high B, low A. It's pretty fucking cool. I thought it was really cool.
Mm,
And a lot of
maybe
people
an
said,
A. I don't know.
yeah, a lot of people said Haku wasn't even trying against them, like, because he had some sort of care for Naruto in a way. I don't know. So yeah, this one's pretty fucking
Well,
cool.
that
I really like this.
I'll put it
I
please
don't know if it's
A, high B.
high B. I think is good enough. I don't know if I want to
Yeah.
put it up there yet. Yeah, it belongs there for now. So next up, this is the Lightning Blade by Kakashi. Lightning Blade looks really cool, definitely.
The Chidori?
Yeah, I think this is different. I think
Is
it's
it the?
Chidori's later on.
Oh, it's different. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I think it's different.
Chidori.
Let me see. Yeah, it's different. It's a different variation of lightning style jutsu.
Okay.
It's not as iconic as Chidori. Pretty cool though. I think it's like a low B. I think it is cooler than the water prison, and probably cooler than the fireball jutsu.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it past Haku though.
Yeah, I don't know if it's cooler than
Just
Haku's.
the aesthetic.
Yeah, the
Just because
aesthetic,
the aesthetic.
the idea. Yeah, I don't think it's as cool as that one. All right, so next up we got the Dragonflame jutsu. I think this is the one that seems like this is the one that Sasuke used in the Forest of Death in the Chunin exams. I think that's the one. So this is like a better another fire style jutsu. It's definitely cooler than the fireball. It looks cooler.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's cooler than a lightning blade. I don't. I don't think so. It's not very.
Nah, I'll put it on B.
I don't
Middle
really.
B.
Yeah,
For now.
I don't really see it used very much. So, okay, so the next one is fucking lit. It's a primary Lotus. Come on. Lit as hell. This definitely A. This was from one of the most iconic fights in all of Naruto. That's when we first got to see it. This is lit as hell. Definitely.
I refresh my memory. What was that one again?
This is the one that that Rock Lee used on Gaara when they fought in the Chunin exams.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Primary Lotus. Yeah.
Fine.
Is it cooler than Sharingan?
That was sick. I mean, at the time.
At the time, yeah. I think overall though, oh shit. I think overall it's not cooler because now that of what we do know of the Sharingan, but it's definitely A tier, most definitely. All right, so next up we got
for sure.
Choji's lame ass human boulder jutsu. I think he's lame. I'm not gonna lie. I just think Choji's a lame character. He only had one good moment when they went to try and save Sasuke in the Sasuke retrieval arc.
I thought he had another good moment. To be honest.
Yeah, that's when he fought Jirobo. That was like his only good moment. In the war arc, he had an alright moment. But this is kind of lame. He's just really lame to me. Honestly, I think he's like a D. I don't know if he's trash, but he's kind of lame. I'll give him some credit. He's probably cooler than a transformation jutsu.
No, yeah, definitely cooler than a transformation.
I'll give him some respect with that. All right, so next up we have Shikamaru Shadow Possession Jutsu. I mean, he's a fucking cool ass dude, man. The way he uses it, it's very clever. Is it A tier? I don't know. Maybe high B. It's pretty fucking cool.
I'll put a high B.
Yeah, is it cooler than Haku's Ice Mirrors? I mean, it is more iconic than Haku's Ice Mirrors. So maybe it is at the top of B for now, unless we change our mind. It's pretty fucking cool. It's pretty fucking cool. Alright. Continue on. Ino's Mind Transfer Jutsu. Okay. She's lame as fuck. And she doesn't really use it she always fails. Like later on in Naruto, she fucking fails to use it. People break out of it. It's fucking lame. I mean, she's lame.
D. I put it a D.
Yeah. I'll give her some credit. The Mind Transfer, the idea of it's cool, so I put her at the top of D. But yeah, it's kind of lame. Next up.
Isn't her dad the master?
Yeah, her dad. She's like the leader of like the interrogation corps or some shit. Like
okay.
Something like that.
Yeah,
Next up we have the Dosu Sound Jutsu. So this is Dosu, his ability. I actually like the Sound Ninjas. The Sound Ninjas in the Chunin exams, they were pretty cool, to be honest.
Yeah, they were.
He was kind of cool. I'll give him some credit. This ability of his was pretty cool. Dosu and his ability, it's actually called the Resonating Echo Drill. But let's see. I'll give him a high C. About that. I don't know if I want to put him up here because these are pretty cool. So I don't know.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll put him that high. All right. So next up we have Zaku's Jutsu now, the Slicing Sound Wave. I think this is the one that he used on Rock Lee when he like fucked him up. A little bit less cool than Dosu's. I think that's what I would say about that. Not much to say. Those guys were not relevant for very long. The Biaku Gun. Alright, so this is iconic as fuck. The Biaku Gun. Especially in part 1 of Naruto. Extremely iconic. It's not as good as the Sharingan, but it's right next to it. It's very iconic. I think it's relevant longer than the primary Lotus is. I'll give it that. That's probably why I'd put it above the primary Lotus. It's a little bit more its duration of relevance is a little longer. Because after Lee got hurt, I mean, We never got much hype on him ever again, to be honest.
Not really.
Yeah, so Neji had his time to shine. The whole Chunin exam arc against Naruto until he lost, of course, against Hinata when they had to like several Jonin had to intervene to stop him from fucking killing her. So, by the way, folks, if you guys want to give your input, go ahead. You don't have to donate to give your input, by the way. Maybe you'll still change our minds. You don't have to donate to influence our opinions. Donations is just a sure way to change the rankings. The Biaku Gun deserves at least B tier. I agree. It's definitely up. It's iconic. I mean, definitely. All right, moving on. The curse mark. Well, shit. If we're thinking about all curse marks, or if we're only thinking about this one in particular, it definitely matters. For now, let's assume that it's just this one in particular, the one that Sasuke gets.
Yeah.
When he fucking broke that Sound Ninja's arms, it was fucking lit. He fucking snapped their
I
arms.
think he
It was
ripped
like
them off.
he like ripped
To
them
be
off
honest.
and was like smiling at them, laughing and shit. It was pretty. That was
Yeah.
pretty the gangster.
Come to find out, he broke him. He legit ripped him off.
Yeah, that was fucking crazy.
I'm like, oh no. Then I saw that guy. I'm like, oh no, he just broke his arm.
It's definitely B tier. It's cooler than Haku's mirrors. I don't know if it's cooler than Shikamaru's Shadow Possession because that shit's iconic. If we're only talking about this version, that is, when he first gets it, which I'm assuming. So, I think. All right. Moving on. I think this is a sand coffin. This is a sand coffin by Gaara. It's a pretty deadly ability. Like you get trapped in
Yeah.
the sand
Oh
and
no, it's.
he smushes you with the pure force of the sand. Like damn, that's fucking deadly.
I'll put it on the S.
You put a S.
Damn. For me, yeah, I like our a
Gaara's
lot.
pretty.
How powerful
Yeah,
Luke is. Oh,
Gaara's pretty fucking cool. Would I put it at S though? Is it more iconic?
They made that game.
Yeah, is it like more iconic than the Biaku Gun?
Oh no, not.
Yeah.
So that.
You know what? I'll give it some credit. It is A though. It is pretty fucking cool. I don't know if it's up here with these. These are like the top tier, extremely iconic abilities, but it's very cool though. The next one is another Gaara ability. It's a Sand Burial. Pretty fucking deadly too. Everything that has to do with Gaara and the Chunin exams is deadly and is very lit. So I think it's A too, to be honest. It's just pretty fucking deadly. Everything he has to offer.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything he does. He was that guy at the beginning. Like he was dangerous man, or a dangerous child, I should say. All right. So next up, we have Chakra Absorption. I think this was one of the sound ninjas, if I'm not mistaken. It was the guy from Team Kabuto, the guy that would absorb jutsu. I think Sasuke fought him, or was it somebody else? I'm not really sure because those guys look very alike. It's like two of the same fucking people. I'm trying to look
Yeah.
let me look at that picture real quick.
Alright, go ahead.
Is that Sasuke? No, I think this is Sasuke. I think it is the guy that fought Sasuke. Yeah, that's Sasuke right there. This specific ability, it's very irrelevant, very obscure to most people, Naruto fans. So it's not trash. It's cool. Maybe low C. It's whatever.
Low C.
Yeah, it's whatever. What's up, Cody? What's going on, man?
What's up, dude?
I think he's the one that watched the fight with us too. All right.
Is he? Oh, I think so.
Yeah. All right. Next up, we have Lion's Barrage. Pretty cool. I mean, Sasuke doesn't really use it later on though. For what it's worth, it was cool. Maybe mid C, high C. It was like a variation of like Lee's primary Lotus in a way.
Yeah.
It's very obscure too, though. I put it at the top of C because it's better than these. It might be even more obscure than those. You know what? I don't know if this is cooler than this though. I think Zabuza's hit and miss was pretty cool, and I think this is cooler than that too. Maybe even cooler than the. I'll keep it there for now, just to not to be here all day. All right, so Shino's parasitic insect jutsu, pretty cool. I think Shino is actually a really cool character, to be honest. He's a pretty fucking cool character.
Yeah, I'll let you know.
Yeah. This ability was scary. It's like bugs that fuck you up. I think it's that they eat your chakra, I believe.
Yeah, I think they eat your chakra.
Yeah. I just think it was whatever. I mean, it's not whatever. It's pretty cool. Pretty scary. Aesthetically, it's like a scary thing to see.
I just want to know how those people hide.
I know. They're just like always chilling on Shino's body.
Yeah, I'm aware.
Yeah. It's a B, I think, because Shino's pretty fucking cool. But it's I don't
Yeah,
think
not a high B, maybe
yeah,
like a
it's not a high B. It's not a high B.
like a low B.
Yeah. Let's see. Next up, we have Puppet Master Jutsu by Conqueror. If we're only talking about this version, like the specific version of Conqueror, it's not very cool. Of course, if we're talking like Sasori, who's a fucking stud, it'd be much higher. But we're gonna assume this is just Conqueror. Conqueror's Puppet Master Jutsu. It's okay. It's C though. It's mid. It's mid. I'll put it above these. At the time when I first saw it, it was cool. I didn't think he was like the shit or anything, but he was cool. He's a cool dude. So I'll put it at high C. I'll give him that. So next up we got this guy. I just don't like this guy, man. Man Beast clone by Kiva. I'm sorry, this might be the first one that's trash. Fucking Kiva is a bitch, man.
Really?
I just don't like Kiva at all. He's fucking fodder. Like
Really?
he loses by fucking Naruto sharts on his face. He loses that fight. And then he gets it, and then when they go save Sasuke, he gets bitched around by Sako and Yukon. Like, he's a bitch. Like, I just don't like this guy, honestly. And then he says he's gonna be Hokage. Like, bro, come on, it's pathetic. But again, another ability I believe by fucking Kiba. This is Fang over Fang, also pathetic. Anything that has to do with him is pathetic to me. I just don't fuck with him at all. Yeah, he's pretty pathetic, to be honest. Alright, so next up, Uzumaki Barrage. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Naruto used this on Gaara, if I'm not mistaken. Uzumaki Barrage, it's very similar to Sasuke's Lion's Barrage. I'm going to put it around there. Which one is cooler? I'll say Naruto's because it has several clones involved. So, yeah. Alright, so next up, 8 Gates. Oh, shit. This might be an S. This is fire. This is very fire. Is it top of A or is it an S? Do you think it should be an A or S? Yeah, I think you're cutting out.
Oh, what was it again?
The 8 gates. Do you think it should be an A tier or S tier?
S tier. 8 gates, just because of how you could lose your life.
Yeah, just because of how iconic it is, how aesthetically pleasing it is, and because of the stakes when you use it. So every gate you open, you risk more chances of death. Versus Sharingan, I don't know. Well, if it's the basic ass Sharingan, it's subjective. But I think it's cooler.
I'll still put it at S.
Yeah.
I'll still put it at S.
Yeah, I think it's a little cooler.
Give me 1 second. I gotta answer this phone call.
Yeah. Alright, then I shall continue. Next up, we have the Hidden Lotus. So it's another ability by Lee. I'll just put it the same place that the primary Lotus is at. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. About as relevant as a primary Lotus, I'd say. I believe it's a little bit more deadly. Although I don't know the exact damage of each, but yeah, I'll just put it around there. It's pretty cool. Next up, we got the Summoning Jutsu. Alright, so the Summoning Jutsu, when I first saw it, it was very cool. I thought the toads were lit. In hindsight, though, it's alright. It's alright. Oh, shout out to Nate Dog, man. I appreciate the $5, buddy. Just want to say you're the GOAT. I appreciate it. You're the GOAT, too. And does this include any Boruto Jutsu? I believe not. Let me go ahead and look down real quick. It does not, but maybe maybe I'll do something special at the end, possibly. Appreciate the $5, though, Nate. Appreciate it, buddy. Let's see. Summoning Jutsu. Pretty cool. In hindsight, still pretty cool. Not as cool as when I was a kid. Again, this is subjective. Keep that in mind. This is every summoning. Good point. Let's keep that into perspective. If it's every summoning, alright? It's pretty... I have to take that into consideration. I'd say it's pretty cool, alright? That includes Gamabunta. That includes the snake summonings, but Sasuke uses, Orochimaru uses, Manda, alright? I'll give it a B. Somewhere over here I think would be a good place. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Maybe cooler than this specific curse mark. I don't know if it's more iconic and overall cooler, better than Shikamaru's Shadow Possession Jutsu. So I'll keep it there for now. I think that's a solid spot. Next up, you're back? Alright. Now we're on the 8 Trigrams palm rotation. I'm not gonna lie. Neji was a fucking stud. He was a fucking stud. I really wish he got more credit later on in Naruto. Obviously, him and Lee just kind of got tossed to the wayside. 8 Trigrams palm rotation. The defense was solid. The ability is aesthetically pleasing. And overall, it's pretty cool. I would say, I think his abilities were cooler than Lee's besides the 8 gates. So I think I'd put it like right here. It's a pretty cool ability, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah. As far as how cool it is for the moment. Someone did make a good point. It's useless now. That's true. In fact, most of these are useless now. You could argue. So I'll keep this here for now. Maybe it'll change down the line. 8 Trigrams, 64 palms. Okay. I think honestly it's a little cooler than the 8 Trigrams palm rotation. Cause it basically shuts down your chakra network and is very deadly. Unless you're Naruto and you have Kurama to back you up. So I think it's an A as well. I think it's an A as well for now. I think that's a good place to put it for now. And Neji's that guy. He really is. Alright, Tamari's ass, dude. I don't have nothing to say about her. I really don't.
Put trash.
Yeah, I'm sorry, dude. She's, I don't know if she's trash, but just, whatever to me.
I do like her wind, though.
Yeah, her little fan shit. It's cute. I'll say it's better than Ino's shit. Give her that. I just don't think she's that cool, to be honest. All right, next up, this is the Chidori. So this is the iconic Chidori. Pretty fucking cool, man. Definitely up here. I don't know if it's quite an S tier jutsu, but it's very cool. I would say I don't think it's cooler than Sharingan. Do you think it's cooler than the Biaku Gun or nah? I think you cut out again.
Oh, I did?
Yeah.
It's tough. Probably not. The Biaku Gun was pretty
The Biaku Gun's pretty iconic. It's pretty iconic. I think it's cooler than these, though. But, yeah. Alright, so now we're getting to the arc where Orochimaru is trying to kill Hiruzen. And we have the 4 Crimson Ray formation. This is whatever. This version, I guess. If you want to take in consideration the War Arc version, which fucking was able to tank, 10-tail Bijou bombs, and that's something else. Let me see. Is there another version of it at the end? I don't see... Let me see if I see any. I don't see any other version of it. So if we're taking into consideration every version, including the one in the War Arc, then it's pretty high up there. Just because of how deadly it is. Again, this isn't power scaling. Keep that in mind. But, of course, when you take into consideration how powerful a jutsu is, that also is part of the criteria. At least my criteria. 4 Crimson Ray formation. I think a B. I think it's a B. Maybe like a low B. For what it's worth. In my opinion, at least. In my opinion. Alright. Oh, this one's iconic. The Edo Tensei. Dude.
Yeah.
Dude, I think this is Orochimaru's original one though. I don't think it's the one later on. Let me see if there's another version because that's important. Let's see. Is there more Edo Tenseis here? Other versions, like Kabuto's version. I don't see any.
I do like the Edo Tensei.
Yeah, the Edo Tensei is pretty cool. I don't see any other versions of it. Yeah, I might be missing it, but for now, I'm gonna assume that it's the one in the War Arc too. I don't see it anywhere else, unless I'm fucking blind. Let's see. It would be over here somewhere, if it was on here. So yeah, I'm gonna assume it's the one from the War Arc too. It's fucking goated. I mean, it's an S. There literally was a war because of it. Madara came around because of it.
That's Madara.
Yeah,
Okay.
like I'm assuming this is all
I know
Edo,
all next to it.
yeah, all Edo Tenseis in general. So
Okay.
this has to be fucking ass. I mean, we got Madara because of it. We
I
got
put that in.
Minato. More iconic than the sexy jutsu. I don't know.
Me. I'd put the Edo in front of
this
sexy
one.
jutsu. If I'm being honest.
I
would just because of the lasting of not the lasting effect.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Get in a war.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking iconic.
Like how serious.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking iconic. Okay, so I think
maybe that's a bold statement. Maybe that's a bold statement on my end to put it in front of sexy jutsu, but
yeah, it's pretty iconic.
That might be.
I think for now we can overthink it later. All right, Deep Forest Emergence.
I mean, just the amount of before we start, I'm just gonna say just the amount of fear that it put into Obito's face when he saw Madara's body, actual dead body. And he's like, "How did you get that?" Like, he looked shocked.
Yeah, it played a huge role. I mean, a lot of things would transpire because of this very jutsu. So, Madara's emergence.
Yeah, a lot.
The 4 Kage. The fucking war started because of it. I mean, yeah, definitely. A lot of iconic moments. So, yeah, it makes sense. Alright, Deep Forest Emergence. It's cool. It's one of, like, Hashirama's abilities. I would say it's B. I'm not really thinking on it too much. Be over here somewhere. Probably here. It's cool. Yeah, that's all I really got to say about that.
That's fair.
I think it's just pretty cool.
Yeah, that's fair.
Alright, Orochimaru's body change. His ability to like transfer bodies when his like current body's giving out. It's an interesting ability. Basically makes him immortal to some extent. I think it's a B too.
I dig it.
Yeah, I think it's a B. It's pretty cool. I'll put it like bottom of B. It's pretty cool. Like,
yeah.
The idea of it, it's just like, damn, dude, he can just switch bodies and he's back again. It's pretty fucking cool. So.
Yeah, it's pretty sick. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. All right, this one is pretty fucking cool. I'm not gonna lie. The Reaper Death Seal. Pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, I like that one.
It might be an S.
I like it.
I
like it a lot.
It literally killed Minato, and it sealed half of the Nine Tails, and it fucking took Orochimaru's arms, and it's done a bunch of shit. I think it's A, to be honest.
I'd put it on A.
It's better than Biaku. It could possibly be above. I don't know if it's more iconic than Chidori. Chidori's used a lot. Maybe like right there. It's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's continue on. That one's pretty dope though. That's like one of the best, coolest seals aesthetically at least. All right.
For sure, no doubt.
Yeah. Next up, we got Naruto Uzumaki's 2K Barrage. So this is what's when he has 2,000 clones. This is like an upgraded Uzumaki Barrage with more clones. I think it's barely cooler than the original. I'm not gonna think on it too much. So where is the other one? It's right here. I don't know if it's C though. I think it's a B. Low B. Low B. Maybe cooler than this. Maybe cooler than these two.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's cooler than those
Yeah.
two.
Look at the other ones in the front of it. Yeah, that's a good spot to put it at.
Alright, so I think we're finally encountering the most ass jutsu in the entire series. The tree binding
What is it?
jutsu. The tree binding jutsu.
Oh shit!
This is the most pathetic shit I have ever seen in my fucking life in all my years of watching anime. So this female, this individual tried to genjutsu Itachi, and she's a genjutsu specialist and gets fucking clapped by him. To the point where she retires and decides to be a stay-at-home mom. That's pathetic. I'm sorry. This is fucking ass. I might have to make a new.
Yeah.
I might have to make a new one, man. Honestly, it's that pathetic. This is gonna be.
Honestly, it should be a little nice. You should just leave it at that.
I'm just gonna put pathetic. It's like worse than trash. It really is. Shout out to Cody for the $2. Tsukuyomi bottom around Edo Tensei. Tsukuyomi? Where's the Tsukuyomi at? Oh, it's right here. Bottom around Edo Tensei. Alright. Around Edo Tensei. Like right here. That's a fair placement. The Tsukuyomi? Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
It might be above
the Infinite.
Sharingan's pretty iconic. It's pretty iconic. So yeah, I agree.
Oh, yeah.
I agree. Shout out to Cody for the $2. Appreciate it, bud. All right, next up, we got
Bud.
the Clone Super Explosion Jutsu by Itachi, like is with his exploding clones.
Oh yeah.
Pretty cool. Solid B. Probably cooler than these. Is it cooler than the 4 rays? I don't know about that. I think it's a solid B. Oh, okay. He didn't mean to put bottom. Okay, so you mean over here. All right. Fair enough. It's pretty fucking cool, and Itachi's my favorite character. So, hey man, I got no issue putting him here. At all.
I do. I'm just playing.
Like I fucking do. It's like, well, money talks. I'm just kidding.
Too bad. I swear, I got it. I have to donate.
Yep. Basically, click on my link and start donating. I'm just kidding. All right. Next up, we got Summoning the Toad Mouth. This is a Toad Mouth bind. I actually thought this was pretty cool. Basically, you're
Thoughts. I'm just playing.
Yeah, you're in the frog's fucking guts.
Ooh.
You're in those guts. You're up in those guts. But because you're up in those guts, I put it.
Why are you saying it like that?
I know, it's pretty fucking disgusting.
Pretty inappropriate, Jimmy, if you ask me.
I'm sorry. This is a family channel. It's very inappropriate. It's very.
You don't want to get demoted, Jimmy. We don't want to get demonetized.
I don't want to get demonetized.
Do you?
I don't want to get yellow marked.
Sounds like...
I apologize for my obscene comments.
Your obscene language and gestures, it makes me sick.
It's cool. I think it's cooler than these. It's not cooler than Lightning. It might be cooler than Lightning Blade, actually. It's not very used often, but what it is, it's pretty cool. Like when he put Pain in there. I remember when he fought Pain, he used it against Itachi and Kisame when they were about to kidnap Naruto. It's cool. It's cool. I'll keep it there for now.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. All right, next up, we have the Heaven Kick of Pain. This is by Tsunade. So when she's able to like kick shit and like shatter fucking city blocks and shit like that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good display of power, but I mean, that's all it really is. It's just like a generic punch or kick. I give her some credit. I think it's like a C. I put it like it's low tier C. It's whatever to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's whatever to me. So next up, we have the all iconic Rasengan. All right, so because it's so iconic, let's take into consideration all the Rasengans used in history. Minato's against Obito, Naruto's against Kabuto, Naruto's against other villains. It's pretty fucking iconic. I don't know if it's quite an S. You could make an argument. It could be the top of A. Honestly, it's pretty fucking iconic. Do you think it's above the Sharingan or nah?
Yeah.
You think it's still below the Sharingan?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Sharingan's pretty
What
fucking.
do you think?
Mm,
What do you think?
they're both very iconic, and they're both used pretty often later on. Hmm. Hmm. I fuck with the Sharingan more, to be honest. So that's the only reason I put the Sharingan
Yeah.
above it. Yeah, that's all opinion based, folks. Again, financial incentive will override that. All right, so now we have the Mitotic Regeneration by Tsunade. I mean, it does give her some extremely efficient regenerative abilities. So, I think it's like a top B jutsu, top B tier jutsu for sure. It's pretty fucking
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, the Rasengan is fucking cool. It deserves to be top of A tier. At the top, man, the Sharingan's pretty fucking cool. It's pretty fucking cool. Okay. Next up, we have Super Expansion Jutsu. Oh, Choji. Oh, Choji.
Hmm.
You're just a joke to me, buddy. I'm sorry. It's a little bit cooler than the human boulder. I'll give you that. All right, so this one was pretty cool. If you remember, this was when Jirobo had a couple of the Genin or the Shinobi trapped in his little rock thing. The fucking
Yeah.
yeah, where he was. I think he was like killing them because of lack of oxygen. I think that's what was killing
Hmm.
them. I thought it was pretty cool. It was a good challenge for the young Genin. So maybe tie C. It's not. I don't know if it's enough to be a B, but maybe like over here somewhere. I'll put it right there. Fuck it. All right. Next up, we have the Butterfly Bomb by Choji. So I'll give Choji some credit. This was his peak as a character. Not power scaling wise, folks. So don't get on my ass. I mean, as a character, in my opinion. So I'm gonna give him some fucking credit. This is a very cool moment. I actually cared about Choji for a second. B at least. Cooler than this, yes. Not cooler than the Fireball Jutsu, in my opinion. I'll give him some credit though. It does deserve to be at a higher tier. So I'm not simply gonna put it at D tier with the rest of his fucking abilities. I'll give him that. All right, next up, we got the Spider War Bow. So this is Kidomaru's ability, who fought Neji and nearly killed him. So I actually thought Kidomaru was a pretty cool character. I liked his abilities. I liked the way he challenged Neji and was kind of the kind of style that Neji needed to be pushed as far as defensively speaking. He was pushed quite a bit, clearly. The guy was able to pinpoint his very, very minuscule area of weakness and got him. So
Yeah.
I would say it's honestly like a low B. It's pretty fucking cool. I think like is it cooler than any of these? For now, I'm gonna put it here. Maybe I'll change my mind later. It's pretty cool. All right. Next up, we have another Sound 4 ability. This is Sakura and Yukon's KK Genkai. Their ability to where they can like have several arms, several heads, and shit like that. I didn't really think
Hmm.
much of them. I do think they're cooler than Jirobo. Maybe like, is it cooler than the Uzumaki Barrage? I don't know about that. I'll put a low B. I'll give him some credit. It wasn't a C tier ability. I think it's cooler than all these abilities, in my opinion, at least. Alright, so next up, we have... Oh, God.
Pretty good list so far, I'd say.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Next up, we have another Kiba ability. Oh, my God. I'm sorry. I don't fuck with him. I'm sorry, guys. It is what it is. I apologize, but it's just the truth. Alright, so now We got the Rashobin gates. This is like the ability where you put up this giant gate for defensive reasons. Um, it looks pretty cool. It looks pretty cool. That's all I can really say about it.
Yeah.
I will give it a C. I'll give it a C. I think it's cooler than this. Cooler than this. Cooler than all this. I don't know if it's cooler than... Maybe at the top of C. It looks pretty cool. And it looks like it can pack a punch. I mean, when Orochimaru used 3 of them, it was able to somewhat tank a Bijou Bomb from, I think, Fortel Naruto. That's pretty impressive. And that was 3 of them, but the point is, it's pretty durable. Alright, so... Next up, we got the Demon Flute by Tayuya. And to be specific, this is a Phantom Wave. Okay. I actually like Tayuya. I know some people think she's fucking amazing. I don't think she's amazing. I like, my opinion, Kidomaru is cooler than she is. I'm just gonna be honest. But I'll put her in B tier with Kidomaru. How about that? I'll put her above. I think her ability was cooler than Sakura and Yukon's, but not cooler than this ability. Maybe this ability is though. This is her Phantom Sound Chains. It was able to like fuck up Shikamaru. It might be cooler than Kidomaru's ability. This one, so maybe it's debatable. All right, so this guy is the shit right here, Kimimaru, with his Bone Keke Genkai. Kidomaru was raw. He was a raw character. Honestly, I think he deserves to be in fucking A. To be honest, or at the very least top of B, or at the near the top of B. He's pretty fucking cool. Do you think he should be a high B jutsu or a low A? What'd you say? I think you cut out.
Oh, I said that's a hard choice.
Yeah. So
Might be.
you think he believes that? You think he belongs at high B?
Maybe mid B.
Mid B? Really?
Wow.
I think he's pretty fucking cool.
Maybe.
I think he's cooler than this curse mark. That's for sure.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, from there. I would put him there.
Yeah, he's cooler than the summoning. I mean, he is pretty. Yeah, probably belongs right here. I'll put him there.
All right, that's fair.
Yeah.
Well, I gotta head out. It's fun though. I like doing these.
Oh yeah, dip.
I gotta head out.
All right, I'll finish this myself. Peace out.
Peace out, bro.
All right, folks. I shall finish this myself. I will give my best takes possible, as based as possible, even though, of course, this is subjective. Let us continue on. Next up, we have the Sand Tsunami by Gaara. Very well. The Sand Tsunami is just another ability of Gaara's, clearly. However, I honestly don't think it's cool as these two up here. I think these just seem more deadly aesthetically. Obviously, it probably isn't because the Sand Tsunami has a wider range of effect, clearly. But I just don't think it's as cool. However, I will give it some credit. It is high B, excuse me. I'll put it over here somewhere. I think it belongs over here. I don't think it's cooler than the curse mark. It is most likely a very effective ability. Clearly, it's fucking like its area of effect is very wide, right? So yeah, it's a B. Next up, now we're getting near the end of Naruto. We have the Vermilion Rasengan by Naruto. This is the one he used in the Valley End against Sasuke. Pretty fucking cool. Since it's like a stronger variation of the regular Rasengan, and clearly the narrative importance of when this jutsu was utilized was very high. The stakes were extremely high. It definitely deserves to be an A. You know, the very moment that this was used is very iconic. And clearly it must be up there. And by default, since Sasuke won, his belongs ahead of Naruto's, right? So simple as that. Still not more content than Sharingan, because that's used throughout the entire series. Continue on. We have the Flying Thunder God. Of course, dude. You guys already know where I'm putting this. Come on. It's a fucking S tier, man. I'm sure all of you guys could guess that. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Definitely. I mean, the guy's able to fucking teleport wherever he leaves marks on the ground. So basically wherever he pleases. He's able to instantaneously go to that location. That is fucking insane. Fucking insane, man. So clearly it's an S tier. And clearly it's goated. Minato in general is a goated character. But moving on. Moving on. We have C1. Okay, so this is one of the beginning stages of Datara's abilities. The C1. I actually like Datara as a character. I like his abilities. His clay-based attacks are quite unique. You know, you can make him fly. You can make fucking stick figures with it. You can make big-ass bombs with it. It's pretty cool. Pretty versatile. I'm going to give him some credit and say it's a B. I think his abilities are actually pretty cool, to be honest. And I'm going to put it in the mid-tier B. I think he's actually pretty cool. So next up, we have C3. Alright, so this is the next stage in a more powerful version of Datara's clay bombs. I believe this is the one that he was going to attempt to drop on the sand village until Gaara saved them with his own sand. By default, it's going to be better than C1. It's more effective. So for now, I'll put it there. For now. Next up, we have the Sealing Jutsu 9 Phantom Dragons. So this is the ability that the Akatsuki used when they were extracting tailed beasts out of Jinchuriki, such as Gaara himself, right? Until Naruto and company tried and came and saved him, right? And Chio had to revive him. Obviously, it's extremely significant narratively speaking because this is what gave the Akatsuki 7 to almost all 9 tails, right? So it's important. We don't see it much, but obviously it's very important. Due to that reason, I gotta put it in a higher tier. Aesthetically, I mean, it does seem like they're literally fucking removing your soul from your goddamn body. So there's that. I think mid B is a good place. Maybe like over here somewhere. For now. That's a good place. Moving on. Alright, so now back to Neji once again. And we are looking at the 8 Trigons Air Palm. Right, so another tool in Neji's arsenal. I didn't really think much of it. Again, Neji got tossed to the wayside. And again, this is subjective. Keep that in mind. Clearly he's stronger now, but not as cool. So actually, he didn't really have a very good moment here, to me personally. So, I'm going to put him in C tier. Around here. I'll give him some credit. Top of C. That's just my opinion. Continuing on. We have the Asukujaku. This is a fire style based ability, clearly. It's very aesthetically pleasing. Has a wide area of effect, as you can tell by the scan here. And overall seems pretty cool. However, it doesn't seem to be used much, at least to my knowledge. So that's all. So that plays a factor. Because of that reason, I think low B would be good for it. Around here somewhere, in my opinion. Next up, we have the Iron Sand. All right, this is fire. Okay, this is heat. And that's a base take. I think everyone can agree. Iron Sand is fucking heat. The very idea, the fact that its velocity is higher, the fact that it's more dense, the fact that it's very powerful. Yeah, it does look awesome. In fact, I might have to put it above Gaara's abilities. It's pretty fucking cool. I might have to put it up here somewhere. The idea of Iron Sand is just lit. Even in Boruto. I know someone asked about Boruto. Gaara's son is heat. You know, his persona, his ability to use Iron Sand, how effective he is with it, it's fucking fire. So, Iron Sand is lit as fuck. It has to be low A. It's fucking heat. Next up we got, lost my spot here, Chiyo's 10 Puppet Jutsu. Obviously, in my opinion, as far as aesthetics, keep that in mind. This is a poor man's version of Sasori's 100 puppets. Because of that reason, it's going to be lower, and it is a B. Apparently, she had some of the most powerful puppets at her disposal, so I gotta keep that in mind. I think it's a mid B. I'll give it that. But next up, we have the 100 Puppet Jutsu by Sasori, where he took down a goddamn nation with it, single-handedly. That is fucking lit. Honestly, because of how cool Sasori is as a character, because of the fact that it took down the nation, because of the fact that Sasori is just cold and gangster, quite honestly, I might have to put him very high in B. Because just the lore behind it is pretty fucking great. It's pretty great. Thinking about it, it might have to be A tier, man. It might have to be. It might be cooler than the whole aesthetic and idea of Iron Sand, in my opinion. Because, keep this in mind, he beat the strongest Kazekage, the third, and he has him as his puppet, aka his bitch. The third Kazekage's body is his bitch. So Iron Sand failed to defeat him, meaning he's better, meaning his jutsu's better, meaning it has to be above Iron Sand. It's as simple as that, guys. It's just very elementary, arithmetic. That's all it is. Arithmetic. It's very, very elementary arithmetic here. Put that into perspective. Alright, so the next stage of evolution in the Sharingan, it is the Kamui. Right. Well, the next stage in evolution for specifically Obito's. But we have the Kamui. Honestly, the Kamui is fucking broken, but if we're taking into consideration Kakashi's version of it, not as broken, at least early on, but still pretty broken. It is an A tier jutsu, in my opinion. It is very iconic, in my opinion. More so because of Obito, so I'm going to take that into consideration as well. I would put it over here somewhere. Definitely in an A tier. Definitely A tier. I'm not even going to think about this one. I don't like Sai. His whole thing is trash. His character, his abilities are trash. He's boring. Whack. Sorry. End of story. That's all she wrote, in my opinion. So now we got a Chakra Laser. This was whatever to me. I believe this was by a Tailed Beast. I believe it was by the Nine-Tail Cloak. Can't tell from that scan. But it looks pretty cool, and obviously it's pretty deadly. Anything with Tailed Beasts involved, especially the Nine-Tails, is very deadly. So, B tier, looking at these, above this one. Goes above these. It's cooler than that. Probably around here. Mid B. Mid B is a good place for it. Next up, we have the Chidori Stream. This is when Sasuke started to become more innovative, more creative with his abilities and his lightning style abilities, right? His lightning chakra, his lightning nature chakra, right? So he started to become more innovative, more creative, and came up with the Chidori Stream. I actually think it's very, very clever of him to use this kind of ability. He used it very cleverly many times, such as when he fought Deidara. and he undid, right, the clay bomb mines underground. Very, very clever. So, because of that reason, he's definitely B tier at least. I think it's cooler than the Lightning Blade, cooler than Haku's Mirrors, cooler than this. This is where it gets a little bit more debatable because these are fucking cool. Is it cooler than the summoning? I don't know. And if we're talking about all summonings in general, it might take the cake here. I don't know if it's cooler than Kimimaru's Bone Kick at Genkai. That's pretty fucking cool. So, come on, man. Sai must be above Ino. I'll give you that. At least above Ino. I'll give you that one. Because I do think more highly of Sai than fucking Ino. Ino's just God. I have nothing to say. Alright, continuing on. Continuing on here. We got Hidan's Immortality Jutsu. Very well. So thinking about this. This was very cool. I thought he was a very sadistic and polarizing figure in Naruto. Especially when he first made his debut. Alright guys. I thought he was very polarizing. And this shit is lit. Aesthetically, it is fucking fire. To be honest with you. It's fucking fire. So, because of that reason, I'm going to put it pretty high. But you know what? Out of respect for Shikamaru, who beat this motherfucker, I'm going to put it right below him. He was defeated by this, and by this man right here. Because of that, I'm going to put him below that. This jutsu, I should say, below this one. Out of respect for Shikamaru. That's my thought process. Again, it's subjective, so keep that in mind. Next up, we got the almighty and godly Kakazu. Alright. We have Earth Grudge Fear. So, my opinion on Kakazu's abilities here. He's not as cool as Hidan, in my opinion. In my opinion, he's not as cool. However, he is kind of cool. You know, he's kind of a cool character. His abilities are kind of cool. I'd put him around here somewhere. Still upper tier B. I'll give him that. You know, I'm not gonna be an asshole because it's Kakazu. You know, but probably around here somewhere. Maybe around here. I think that's a good spot for him. I just don't think he's as cool as Hidan. Right. Put it in a tier named Multi-Continental. With the right financial incentive, of course, I would. Alright, moving on. The Rasen Shuriken. I liked how it looked aesthetically. I liked, you know, the noise that it would make, like the kind of a jet engine kind of noise. The effects I would have, it literally destroys you on a cellular level. I would put it over here somewhere. It's pretty fucking cool, in my opinion. You know, some people would just say, "Oh, it's just a upgraded Rasengan." But I was like, "This is pretty cool, though." You know, the whole cellular level destruction kind of thing I fuck with. I'll put it right here because these jutsus were in a moment where stakes were very, very high. That's the only reason I have it above. I have these above the Rasen Shuriken, but above the Rasengan. Continuing on. Now this has to do with Soigetsu. So who goes? No, this is a hydrification technique by Soigetsu. Alright, guys. Soigetsu's kind of cold, man. He's kind of cold. Because this guy tanks an attack from Killer Bee in his tailed beast form straight on and survives. Yes, he got fucked up, but the fact that he survived that makes him a G. And I actually respect Soigetsu more than a lot of people do within the Naruto fandom. Honestly. What's going on, Noah? Thanks for coming in. We are currently giving the most base takes in history of Naruto Jutsu, as far as how cool they are. Alright, so this is cold as fuck. Honestly, I actually like it quite a bit. And so much, in fact, that I'm almost tempted to put it in A and be very, very controversial. Shout out to Nate Dog once again. Thanks for another $5, Nate. What about the Vanishing Rasengan? I think it could be sick, but it's not explored enough. This is my take on that. Right. The writers, see, let me give you, since you donated, let me give you my take on that. The writers, I believe, of course, wanted to have some aspect of Boruto related to Naruto, right? So they gave him a variation of the Rasengan, right? But they also wanted him to have some unique traits that weren't the same as Naruto's, right? The fact that he doesn't want to be Hokage, the fact that he's more similar to Sasuke. So because of that, they gave him the Vanishing Rasengan. I actually think it's a very creative and innovative type of jutsu, and it's quite useful in battle. So much, in fact, that I believe it's even given Otsutsuki some trouble. I believe there's a few events where Otsutsuki are caught by it. I believe Boroshiki used it, right, when Momoshiki took over his body. But the jutsu in general, I actually think it's quite cool, and it's up there. I think it's up there. Quite innovative by the writers, by Boruto. Um, Even the high compression Rasengan, pretty fucking cool. I thought it was very cool. But however, I do think it should be explored enough because if it's able to be used by Otsutsuki and they think it's such an efficient ability that Otsutsuki use it, obviously it's quite the jutsu, to be quite honest. But the fact that it vanishes and the fact that it'll still hit you, it's very, very creative. It's a very creative ability. Alright, so continuing on with hydrification technique. I'm going to simply put it, I don't want to, should I be controversial and really give my opinion? I am, because I don't give a fuck. So, I honestly think it's A tier, because of how cool Soigetsu really is, honestly. I apologize. Continuing on, we have Jugo Senjutsu. I don't really think much of Jugo, so I'm simply just going to put him over here somewhere. I don't really think much of him. Just being honest. I'll put him here. I don't really care for him. And I don't think his shit's that cool, to be honest. You gotta do a UFC tier list one day. You know what, Noah? That's a good idea. I think that is coming in the future. I'll most definitely be doing that. Most definitely. So, I know there's some combat sports fans out there, so I gotta give them what they want. But continuing on to the next. C2. C2. Aesthetically, it looks really cool. So for that simple reason, I'm going to put it above C3. Right. Simple as that. That's the only rationalization that I need. C0. Excuse me. Let me make sure that's C0. C4. I apologize. This is C4. This is C0. C4. Simply put, I'm just going to put above C2. Now, C0 is a different story. Because it almost killed Sasuke. Obviously, from this panel, the area of effect is quite high. And because of that, it's a very, very cool jutsu. To put it frank. I would say upper tier B. It was quite a moment in Naruto history. I would put it over here somewhere. I think that is a good spot for it for now. Alright, folks, next up. The Renegon. Guys, you already know I'm going to put this. I don't have to say much. Bare minimum, low S tier. Bare fucking minimum, low S tier. Come on, guys. Come on. Simple as that. Next up, we have the Odama Rasengan. The one that Jiraiya used against Pain himself. It's basically just another variation of the Rasengan, a bigger version. Because of that, I'll simply put it right above the Rasengan itself. That's all that has to be said. Alright, so now we're moving into more abilities of Pain and Renegon. So, the Prita Pass ability, the Jutsu Absorption. Honestly, the whole idea, going back to Boruto again, of absorption is just so annoying to me. Because we got people like Naruto and Sasuke working their fucking asses off. And all that is negated by this very bothersome ability. Naruto grinds his whole fucking life. And so does Sasuke. And we have people like fucking Ishiki absorbing everything. People like Momoshiki absorbing everything. It really negates the hard work and dedication. But again, the writers have this idea of duality between hard work and dedication versus God-giving ability, right? That's the idea within Boruto that's ingrained. The idea of hard work and dedication, the old shinobi way, versus the new generation, which involves God-given power and, no hard work and dedication involved. So, sorry to go on the rant, but that just bothers me sometimes. But again, I think that's the writer's intention. There's a duality in when it comes to the thematic aspect. But if I have to rank this jutsu, it is obviously very effective. It seems infinite. I would put it probably around here. It's cooler than the Iron Sand. I don't know if it's cool in the Reaper Death Seal though. Simply put. Moving on. Now, we have the 6-pass technique. And this simply means the ability for Nagato to transmit his chakra throughout various bodies that are now deceased. Pretty fucking cool. Gives him 360, it gives him a more diverse field of vision, clearly, wherever the eyes meet of any deceased body he sees. Because of that gives him more strategic capability, gives him more field of vision, clearly, like I just said, and makes him tougher to deal with as far as the numbers aspect. So, this is actually a very creative and innovative ability by Nagato. In fact, I would put it above the previous jutsu I just ranked. Do you think Boruto is trash? This is my thoughts on Boruto. I think that Boruto, in its birth, right, at the birth of Naruto, when it first started, was trash, right? And in my opinion, its peak, there's two possibilities for when it peaked, as far as where we are currently. When Momoshiki invaded, and when Naruto fought Ishiki. In my opinion, I think it was Momoshiki fought Naruto and Sasuke was the peak. But then again, that is subjective, right? I think, narratively speaking, after that moment, there is a shift in the trajectory of the shinobi world, right? Momoshiki gave Boruto his power, he became the vessel, and that's when the shift from the old shinobi way to the way of the new begun. So I think Boruto is not trash. I just think it's misunderstood a little bit. And I think that's why it's so hated. They don't see what the writers are trying to do. They look at it for what it is on a surface level. What they want is a continuation of Naruto. They want the continuation of hard work and dedication and new jutsus and more training and grinding, but we're in a new era. An era of God-giving ability, right? Kawaki and Boruto are representations of that. So, in short, it is not trash. It is high mid-tier. That's what I'll give Boruto. High mid. Not exactly mid, but high mid. Yeah, that's my thoughts on it. Continuing on though. Amaterasu. Never burns out. It is an infinite flame. Unless you're Ishiki. But I'd actually put it high A. High A. That's all I gotta say about that. Next up, we have the Art of the Dragonflame. This is what Itachi used against... This is what Sasuke used against Itachi when they fought. So, I actually think it's pretty cool. One of the cooler fire style abilities. It's not cool in Amaterasu in my opinion. It's not even cooler than the Chidori. It's not cooler than the... I'll put it over here somewhere. It's not cooler than this. I think it's cooler than the absorption ability. Not cooler than the 6 passive pain technique. I think bringing Kishimoto back was good and had high hopes for Boruto future. Yes, they most definitely needed Kishimoto's mind back in the writing room. That's for sure. No doubt. Kirin. I know a lot of people fuck with Kirin. Or Kirin, to pronounce it, for correct pronunciation. However, I think it's cool. I don't think it's fucking amazing. It is very visually pleasing. Very visually pleasing, however. I wouldn't put it above the Sharingan. Maybe right there. I think it is cooler than Amaterasu. But I don't think it's fucking godly and S tier. That's just my opinion, though. I know some people do have it up there, but I do not. Continuing on. The Susano. That's S tier immediately. I don't even have to explain myself, man. I don't need to explain myself. It's not required because it's the Susano. Simple as that. The Susano. That's the only words you need to hear out of my mouth. So moving on. We have the Lariat. I thought that it was kind of cool. I didn't think much of it. Simply put, I think it's cool. So that warrants for a B ranking. As far as where it goes, let us look and see. Cooler than this, cooler than this. Is it cooler than the puppets and Datara shit? I don't know. It seems pretty generic. So I'll simply put it mid B. Simple. Okay, moving on. Karin's healing jutsu. Alright, it's very useful. However, besides Sakura, or possibly even more so than Sakura, she's the biggest simp in Naruto history. But I'm gonna give her some credit. Her ability is very useful. It saved Tsunade's fucking life. So I'll give her that. And simply put her in C. In fact, I'll put her right here. Give her some credit. I'll give her some credit. Moving on. The human pass ability to absorb souls. I'm just going to simply put it with the rest of the abilities here. Is it cooler than the absorption of jutsu ability? It does take your soul, so it kind of kills you immediately. So yes, because of that reason, I'll say yes. Because of that reason. Next up, we have the King of Hell summoning by, once again, Pain. I think it was a very creepy looking ability. A very fear-imposing ability. I mean, if people lie, your essence is ripped from your very existence. Right? So that is very, very fear-imposing. And because of that, it might be even cooler than the soul absorption. Because it's just more fear-imposing. You literally stare it in the eye, and you know what the stakes are. So if you lie, you are fucked. Simple as that. I still don't think it's cooler than the 6 pass technique in my opinion. That's just very innovative. It might be cooler than the Dragonflame. I might be putting the Dragonflame a little too high. I'll keep it there for now. I don't want to think about it too much. Alright, so now we move on to the Dance of Shikigami. Alright. Simply put, fucking Conan's wings. Alright, I'm giving you the official names, but it's fucking basically Conan's fucking wings and their paper ability. Pretty cool. It's alright. Conan is alright as a character. Quite possibly my favorite female character, although Delta is now up there, Boruto. Sarada's up there too. Actually, I think Sarada's pretty cool. But moving on, I would put her Mid B. She belongs over here somewhere. Is she cooler than these? Yeah, I think her ability's cooler than that. Over here would be cool. That's a good place for now. Alright, next up, we have Bansho Tenni. I just think that's goated. I'm not going to lie. And it's cooler than the Soul Absorption. It's not cooler than the King of Hell Summoning. So I'll put it right there for now. As you can tell, I really fuck with Pain, because the Pain arc's my favorite arc. And furthermore, Pain's one of my favorite characters. Straight up. Straight up. Now we have Shinra Tensei. Dude, this is fucking goated. I might have to put it at S. I might have to put it at S, man. It's that cool. It is that cool, honestly speaking. It really is. Sage mode, dude. Again, it's that cool. It's that cool. It really is, man. Fucking goated. All this shit here is goated. Goated. So you guys know this shit is goated. Just keep that in mind. Goated. Alright. Continuing on. We have Chewbacca Tensei. Pretty cool, especially taking into consideration Modorus, which is like fucking island-sized balls coming at you. Oh, actually, it's right here. So let's just this is just Pain's version of it. Still pretty deadly. Was able to contain the Ninetales for quite some time until it almost fully emerged. Maybe slightly above. Over here somewhere. A tier for sure. A tier for sure. No doubt. Next up, we have, of course, Rene Rebirth. Okay, so guys, I know there's going to be many opinions on this one. Because of this, the emotional impact that we had in that arc and all the work that was done previously was simply negated. Naruto fought Pain, was defeated, and as we all know, Hinata being beaten down caused him to go into an all-out rage, right? But all that shit was undone. The destruction of the leaf, Kakashi's death, all that bullshit was undone because of this. And because of that, I cannot put it too high. Simply put, I'm going to put it in B. Over here somewhere. Maybe like over there somewhere. That's just my opinion. Because of those reasons that I've stated, plus more. Next up, we have Lightning Armor. I actually thought the whole aesthetic with the Raikage, his abilities, was really cool. He's actually very cool. I think the Raikages have very aesthetically pleasing abilities. They're basically demigods, in theory. So, I'd actually put him, this ability I should say, over here somewhere. It's actually pretty high, to be honest with you. I don't think it's above commonly quite, but it's pretty cool. Next up we have the Lightning Bomb, the Liger Bomb, and I'll simply put it near his other ability, because they go hand in hand in my opinion. This is not as cool as the Lightning Armor, in my opinion. It's just an attack, right? Next up we have Anton Kadetsuchi. So this is the shit that almost killed the Raikage. It would have resulted in him and Sasuke stalemating. However, of course, Gaara saved him just in time. Saved both of them, I should say. And this is a deadly ability. Very deadly. I'll put it pretty high up. It's like a renovated Amaterasu, right? So I don't think it's quite iconic as the original Amaterasu, but it's, you know, it's pretty cool. All right, continuing on. We have particle style atomic dismantling jutsu. Or is that the one before? Oh, this is lava style. Maze trash. It's trash. Get out of the way. Particle style. This is the one I give a shit about. This is pretty G, right? This ability is pretty gangster. Onoki is gangster. Because of that, this is pretty high up there. Probably over here somewhere, to be honest. It's that cool, in my opinion. It literally destroys you on an atomic level, right? Literally, it removes you from the face of the universe. It's literally what it does. So, because of that reason, it is A tier. It is high A, simply put. Next up, we got Kamui. This is goated, man. It might have to be S, dead ass. It just might. It's fucking goated, dude. It really is. Keep in mind, this is Obito's. Obito was godly with it. People thought he was Madara for over a decade. He's that fucking G. Simple as that, man. That's all I gotta say. Kodo Matsukami. The lore is what makes it really high, right? We didn't get to see much of it. Saw it very, very minimally. I might put it about the Sharingan. Yeah. It's top of A, in my opinion. Top of A. Next up, we have the Izanagi. The way that Danzo used it was so bitchy. So cowardice. He knew that Sasuke was superior. So he decided to spam this ability. And it really gave me a bad impression of it. Right? It's cool in theory. But I simply cannot put it as high as I would if I hadn't seen Danzo's bitch ass use it. To be honest with you. So, because of that reason, I'll simply put it over here somewhere. I'm sorry. Next up, we have the reverse tetragram seal. Again, Danzo is a bitch. I get it. He wanted to go out honorably and finally get some pride within himself because he always was Hiruzen's inferior and he hated that reason. He hated that aspect of himself. So I'll just put it right here. Give him some credit, I suppose. Yeah. Next up, we have the Super Odama Rasengan Barrage. Again, another variation of the Rasengan. An improved one, I should say. So because of that, it'll go higher up. Above these. Over here somewhere. It's fair. Next up, we got the iconic Ninetales Chakra mode. The iconic mode. Pretty goated. It was the beginning of a beautiful journey with him and Kurama. Obviously, it came to an end in Boruto. But this is the beginning of a beautiful friendship, so to speak. It goes very high up here. In fact, it might be S. Dead ass. In fact, it will be. Next up, we have a Tailed Beast Bomb. It's kind of generic. It's whatever. I'll just simply put it above this. How about that? Now this is lit. We have the Hirodora by 7th Gate guy. It was able to defeat Kisame. Taijutsu based attack. Kisame could not absorb it. Kisame was on the fence. Kisame was on the corner of the ropes, so to speak. He was done for because of this. That's a big deal. That's a very, very big deal. Because of that, this shit is goated. And it goes up higher. I don't know if it's an S, or maybe I should have said goated. But however, it is still very, very significant. I'm going to put it at high A, bare minimum. So shout out to Guy for that. Next up, we have the Super Water Shark Bomb Jutsu. Right? Because it failed to defeat this, it'll simply go below it. Because if it was against almost anybody else, it would have been a fucking problem. It literally eats an ninjutsu. Keep that in mind, folks. Keep that in mind. Alright. Next up, we have the Laser Circus. I don't really think much of this shit. I'm simply going to put it in C. I don't really care for it. So yeah, it's just mid. Planetary Rasengan. Again, another variation of the Rasengan. It's simply going to go above the previous variation that I immediately ranked. So that. Now we have the Grand Sand Mausoleum. I thought it was a very cool looking ceiling jutsu. Showed that Gaara was maturing as a shinobi and that he was ready for the war. You know, he sealed a lot of pretty powerful shinobi with it, including some Kage, including, I believe, his own father. Very impressive. Because of that, it is an A tier jutsu. And I would put it above his abilities as a younger lad. Simply put. Moving on. We have the Steam Imp. Right. Oh, no, excuse me. The Giant Clam Mirage Genjutsu. I thought that this Kage was quite cool. I liked his character. I liked his abilities. But is he A tier cool? I don't know about that. I'd put him mid tier B somewhere. Maybe like around here. Alright, alright. The Steam Imp, I mean, again, if it's affiliated with this guy, it's just cool, I guess. That's all I have to say. Just cool. Next up, we have the Majestic Destroyer Flame. Now this shit is heat. Guys, this is fucking heat. We needed several water style specialists to negate fucking Madara's gigantic fire style ability. He's a fucking G. He is a fucking G. So yeah, upper A tier. Easy. Easy. Now this, guys. Tenga Sensei. Island level fucking projectiles coming, raining down from the skies. Fucking G. Deadass. This has to be goated. Madara is just a goated individual, man. He's a goated guy. He's a fucking G. That's all I gotta say. Alright, so next up we have the outer path chains. I believe these were the chains that controlled the Jinchuriki. That means it's quite powerful to be able to control several simultaneously. So because of that, I'll give this shit some credit. Didn't think much of it. Just thought, oh cool, he's controlling some Jinchuriki. Clearly he got stronger. He has a Renegon. So, simply put, over here somewhere. Maybe like right here. That's A tier. Like mid to lower A tier. Everything Madara does is at least high tier. I agree. Madara is a fucking G. He really is. He's a fucking G. Alright folks, next up we have the lightning cable. Again, another innovative lightning style technique. This time by Kakashi. However, I do not think it is cooler than the Kirin. Kirin is just fucking amazing. Again, not goated in my opinion. I know some people have Kirin up here. I don't have that opinion. Lightning cable is pretty innovative. I have it pretty high up. Maybe like over here somewhere. Very innovative. Very, very innovative. Continuing on. We have the Susano Katsuchi. Very cool. Anything that has to do with Susano, I think, belongs in S, right? I think that's safe to say. Now we have this Yasaka beads. This was one of the abilities that helped destroy the Chewbacca Tensei of Nagato when he was in Edo. The Yasaka beads, it's not really explored. So because of that, I really don't think much of it. I think B tier is fair. I'll put it over here somewhere. Why not? That's what I think of it. Alright. Now we're in the War Arc era. Clearly. I mean, we've been in it, but we're here now too. So we have the 100 Healings Jutsu by Tsunade. Unfortunately, she happened to face a goat in Madara and was defeated. However, her durability was very impressive. And at bare minimum has to go above this, right? I'll give her some credit and put her in low tier A. The 100 Healing Jutsu, I should say. It's not cooler than this shit, I'm sorry. I'll put it there. Let's give it some credit, alright? Let's give it some credit. We already know where Madara Susano is going. Oh yeah, it's facts. Facts. Absolutely. Alright, next up, we have the White Rage Jutsu. Now, guys, if you guys don't already know, Sage Kabuto was a fucking G. That motherfucker was able to capture Itachi and Ime Sasuke in a genjutsu, and they had to get each other out of it. He's a fucking G. Please keep that in mind. Please. Because a lot of people don't. When they think of Kabuto, they think of a nerdy-ass, goofy-ass dude that's Orochimaru's little henchman boy, and that's all they think of him. But Sage Kabuto is a G. And that's facts. That's facts. So, this is A, bare minimum. I would say, be over here somewhere. Around here. You know, mid-A, mid-A. The Izanami takes multiple steps to do. Yep, that is true. It's quite a bitch to perform. You're gonna have these weird like steps to initialize it. It's kind of bizarre. High B, low A. That's what I'm thinking. Simply put, I'll put it. Let's see. Low A. Not thinking about it. Maybe high B. High B. Yeah. The perfect Susano. Motherfucker. There's nothing that needs to be said. And you guys know that. You guys know that. It is fucking goated, straight up. End of discussion. End of discussion, man. Period. Alright, so next up, we have Super Mini-Tailed Beast Ball. Basically another Beast Ball. This version of Naruto was pretty goated. Pretty cool. Simply put, I'll put it above this. How about that? Alright, moving on. We got the Bomb Blast Dance. Another very cool looking fire style jutsu. I'll simply put it around the other one that Madara used. I still thought this was a little bit cooler, to be honest. But yeah. So next up we have Uchiha Reflection. Now folks, here's my question. Why the fuck did Madara not use this more? It was able to reflect abilities. Why the fuck did he not use it more? Right? Probably because he was the shit, right? Because he was Gaudamax Boys, right? Makes sense, makes sense. Now that I think about it, there's a simple answer to my question. This is fucking cool. So again, anything Madara does is fucking clean. Up here somewhere. Probably here. Probably here. Very cool. Next up, we have the Majestic Attire Susano. I mean, dude, I don't have to say anything, man. I'm just going to stay quiet and put that right there. I really don't have to say a damn word. I really don't. Alright. Alright, so. We have the Wood Golem. Motherfucker. This was the shit that competed with Madara Susano. That's all I have to say. Because of that, why would I not put this shit around here? Huh? Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. Continuing on. Again, this competed with Madara. Dude. That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say. Next up, Ten Tails Chakra Mode. Oh, no. Sorry, guys, I'm reading off the list. This shit with Choji, whatever. Don't care. Right here. Ten Tails Chakra Mode. I thought it was pretty cool. Cool aesthetic. Cool aesthetic. We're over here somewhere. Maybe like cooler than that. It was cooler than this. Over here somewhere. Maybe right there. Good spot. Good spot. Yeah, exactly. Monarch doesn't need to block shit. He's that guy. Exactly. Straight up. Straight up. So the tandem paper bombs. So, guys. Toby Ramatards love wanking this man to make people believe that he defeats Minato Namikaze. Because of his feats against Jubito. Because he was able to almost hurt him. Just stop. God damn. That's all I gotta say to those people. That just came to my mind. But as far as this jutsu, don't think much of it. Simply put, I'd put it high B. Maybe over here somewhere. It's whatever. Next up, we got the Scorch style Nimbus Inferno Tempest. Now this is a mixture of Sasuke and Naruto's chakra. And they use just the right amount to basically equalize it. And because of that, it is quite cool, right? They start working together again. It's a big moment, narratively speaking. Because of that, I'll give it some credit. How about right here? How about that? Good spot. Solid spot. Solid. Nine Tails Chakra Sage Mode. This shit is fucking fire. That's all I gotta say. Fire. I don't think it's more iconic and cool. It could be. Yeah. Right there. Next up, the Sage Susano. Very cool. I'd put it. Is it cooler? No, because Sasuke needed help. Remember that. You need Jugo. So the Sword of Nunoboko. I guess I'll just put it same place that I put him. Right? I have nothing really to say about that. Night Guy. Fucking fire. Dude. Fucking fire. Dude, it has to go up here, man. Way up here. That shit is fucking goated. Goated. Simple as that. Next up, we got the lava style Odama Rasen Shuriken. It was able to cut Madara in pieces. So, simply put, I'll put it up here somewhere. Around here, yeah. Now we're getting towards the end here, folks. Unfortunately. Now we have 6-pass Sage Mode. Goated above this one, of course. In fact, it might be higher than that. I actually think it's pretty fucking cool. That's just me. Now we have Limbo Clones. The idea of it is very cool. In fact, so cool that I think it breaks S tier, does it? Yeah, because it's quite the threat. It's quite the threat. Yes. Now Sasuke's Rinnegan. I mean, it only makes sense to put him around here, right? Come on, man. Come on, man. Alright. So now we have Magnet Style Rasengan. It's a very pretty one. Look at that. It's nice. Very nice. It's Naruto reaching its peak in the Naruto saga, right? Not in Boruto, clearly, but in the Naruto saga. Because of that, it's aesthetically pleasing. It's insanely powerful. It's lit, etc. I would put it right behind these jutsu. How about that? And because of that, as a result, that'll go there. The Onks Chidori. Now the Infinite Tsukiyomi. Okay. Okay. It is the most powerful genjutsu on Earth, at least at the time. That's what was stated. By default, it has to be up here. Madara nearly won. Almost won. Right? Almost. Because of that, it has to be quite up there. Quite up there. Maybe there. Possibly. My thought process is without this, there would be none of this because Madara would have came back. So, yeah. All right, all right. Now my biases is really going to beginning to come in. I apologize. Kaguya's Dimension Jutsu. Kaguya, the whole concept behind her is very stupid, right? Narratively speaking. To me, it was a mistake. It should have been Madara, man. Should have been Madara Uchiha. That's who should have ended the series. That's the final villain that should have been in Kaguya's place. But unfortunately, we got Kaguya. And unfortunately, she was dumb as hell. And unfortunately, I don't like her. So, yes, she is insanely powerful. Insanely. But of course, I'm going to be biased here. So, I'm simply going to put her around here. I apologize. I really do, but I must. Now, DMS Kakashi is fucking lit. And the Kamui Shuriken is amazing. Simply put, come on, man. It belongs up here. I mean, come on. Come on. Alright. We're getting towards the final jutsus here. The final true Seeking Orb. Alright, folks. You guys know the drill. I don't like her. Although this could quite possibly be the strongest jutsu in all of Naruto. Excluding Boruto, of course. So, of course, some of you guys would probably put it up here. But I don't fuck with her. Simple as that. That's the beauty of giving your opinion. Alright. 6 past Chewbacca Tensei. Now, excuse me, I think there's one more before it. This is probably that. Let me look at this fucking list. Actually, it is the Chewbacca Tensei. Okay. I couldn't tell from this picture. This is fire. Where would I put it, though? Obviously, this was the conclusion of the battle with Kaguya Otsutsuki. It's a huge moment. So obviously, this jutsu in particular is very, very vital. For now, I'll put it over here somewhere. I don't want to put it above Night Guy. I'm sorry. Night Guy is just goated. Goated. Now we have Sasuke 6 past Susano. Fucking goated. I don't have to say nothing about that. Simple as that. And actually, I'm gonna put it below Sasuke Susano because that shit looked raw as fuck. Finally, Indra's Arrow. Goated. Alright, folks. There you fucking have it. That is the list. I'm going to fucking save it later to show the masses. This is the final product of it. And you know what? It's not bad. Not bad at all. You know? Obviously, it's all subjective. But either way, not bad. But yeah, folks, that's the list. I do appreciate all donations, and I appreciate everyone that joined. Appreciate all the support. I will try to do another tier list, have a better setup, have more people on so it's more entertaining, because I know it gets more lit when there's more individuals in it. And yeah, folks, hope you guys enjoyed. But I think that will be the conclusion of this, and I shall catch you in the next one.